Okay, eto na.
This is
Ready ka
it.
na ba?
Ikaw yung kausap?
Oh my God!
Oh, meron kayong date sa Friday?
Okay, syempre I'd say na may selos konti.
Hello, I'm Ian Veneracion.
I'm Iza Calzado.
I'm Dimples Romana.
I'm Jodi Santa Maria.
And I'm Dennis Trillo. Welcome to Modern Parenting's Couch Talk.
So the first question will be coming from Nax.
Parang beauty contest.
So this is for Iza, my love. Kasi si Dea is turning
10 months.
old.
Yes.
Siyempre, as an actress, you've done, di ba, mga iba't ibang mother roles. Ito ba yung in-expect mo? I mean, was this something that you expected motherhood to be?
Actually, before I answer that question, every time I would play a mother role, parang insecurity ko talaga na hindi ko siya totally gets. Kasi parang, I kind of always knew na there's a layer na hindi ko mag-grasp. Siyempre yung magmahal ng kapwa-tao mo, boyfriend, parent, gets ko yon, kapatid. Pero yung anak, hindi ko siya fully pang ma-comprehend. Kahit na anong pag-imagine ko, kasi that's our job, di ba? To imagine, to empathize. Pero yung may part ako hindi magets. Pero ngayon, gets na gets ko na. Ganito pala.
Ganyan din yung sound ni Dea.
Yes!
Diba?
Alam mo na, may pinagmanahan. So,
Ay, diba? What did I say?
I didn't really expect anything. I didn't want to have expectations kasi feeling ko baka pag hindi na-meet, madidishearten ako. So parang, I'll just say that if I expected anything of it or if I was thinking anything of it, it has exceeded whatever was in my head. Whatever that was, diba? Especially the fears. Parang, love talaga trumps fear. So, because Dea is really God's love in human form for me. Yun ang sagot ko. Dennis and Dimples, you have this, you share this unique, situation in your family life where you both have teenagers and toddlers. So, what have you learned? What's something that you learned in raising your teenagers that you think you can apply better? Or you can, ako lang yung, what will you apply and what will you no longer apply? I think, kasi syempre you learn by doing. So I'm sure there are things na parang hindi mo na in-apply with a toddler now.
So siguro sa akin, it's really regardless of whatever age your children are in. Kasi sa akin, medyo distinct siya dahil I'm a mom of 3 kids from 3 different decades.
Yes.
Si Callie, 2000s, kasi 2003 siya. Alonzo is 2015, so 2010s. And then 2022 si Ilio. So 10 decades halos magkakaibang generation. And nung time na buntis ako at pinapalaki ko si Cal, iba yung mga available na resources para sa mga magulang nun.
Totoo.
Wala nun yung mga hindi uso nun yung mga
Swaddle.
Swaddle. Hindi rin uso pati nung time na yun yung mga pictorial para sa mga bata. Iba-iba yung pressure ng mga magulang. Iba-iba din yung style ng pagpapalaki. But at the end of the day, ultimately, ang natutunan ko bilang magulang ay you cannot parent one child the same way you parent the others. Because it's really totally different. Callie is 19 now. She lives abroad. She's an introvert. While Kuya Alonzo is an 8-year-old active boy who's into sports but he's a performer, so extrovert. And Ilio, of course, I have yet to know. So hindi ko alam. Ayokong sabihin na ito yung mga natutunan ko kay Cal, dapat ibahin kay Alonzo. Kasi pwedeng yung mga hindi ko ginawa kay Callie ay mag-work kay Alonzo. So I think for me personally, it is always based off of how your children are showing their own character and you as a parent listening to whatever they are saying, or in the case of my daughter who's an introvert, what she was not saying.
What they're exhibiting din talaga.
So
it's really getting to know your child.
Yes, and giving them really a home that is safe enough for them to know that it is the place where they can make mistakes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. What about
Ako
you?
naman siguro, isa sa mga magandang lesson na natutunan ko na habang bata pa lang siya, siguro dapat wag mong sugarcoat masyado yung mga bagay. Kailangan as much as possible, sabihin mo sa kanya yung totoo. Halimbawa kung aalis ka, kailangan magpapaalam ka, wag yung basta lalabas ka na lang at malalaman niya umalis ka na pala. So parang importante na malaman niya kung ano talaga yung nangyayari at an early age. Kasi sobrang talino ng mga bata. Alam nila pagka niloloko mo sila, alam nila kapag inuuto mo. So siguro maganda habang maaga pa lang maging straightforward ka, direct to the point na gusto mong gawin.
Ganda nun. Thank you. I'm learning. Ang may teenagers dito, ikaw din. Lahat kayo.
Lahat.
How do you deal with your child having boyfriend, girlfriend? I mean, I actually have kind of like a son, to be honest. So I have a 20-year-old, but he's not my child. So it's maybe kind of different, but I'd love to hear how you deal with your children having partners, boyfriends, girlfriends.
Ba't sa akin kailan ako?
Siyempre, ikaw yung pinakabata dito.
My panganay, he's 25. And ako yung consentidor. When he was starting to, nangliligaw pa lang siya. So girlfriend na niya now for like 7 years.
Wow.
Nung naliligaw pa lang siya, tanong siya ng tanong, what will I say? O, sabi niya ganito, ganyan. Sabi ko sa kanya, akin na nga yung phone. Mga 3 hours.
Ikaw yung kausap?
Oh my God!
Like, meron kayong date sa Friday. Okay,
Sa 7 years na yun, ikaw pa yung ka-text.
Tapos ngayon, alam na niya.
Alam na?
Sabi niya, Tito, that was you.
Oh my God! We had a connection.
So nakakatawa kasi nga parang wala, I'm more of a my wife is the strict one, the principal, and I'm the barkada one.
Okay, for your family.
Ako, si Cal, I remember asking her when she was in grade 9 if she was straight.
Okay.
Kasi she didn't have any kwentos about having a relationship, and I wanted her to know that it was okay for her to tell me. Because of course, feeling ko, hearing from the other parents, I don't want her to feel na hindi bukas yung communication na yun sa amin. So, I had opened it up and I said, well, I was driving very casually. I said, Gali, are you straight? Because you're not telling me anything, no maniligaw, nothing. Are you straight? I'm saying, yes, Mama, I'm very straight. Why? Sabi ko, no, I just realized kasi at your age, some kids would, show and express who they are, what they feel, their preferences are, and I want you to know I'm okay with it. And she's like, no, Mama, I'm straight. And I said, okay, di hanggang doon lang yung usapan. And then before she left for Australia, I remember asking her, Kali, baka pwede ka na mag-boyfriend bago ka umalis. Kasi I'm not there and I want to see how you're gonna fare in a relationship. Because it's so hard already as it is with no relationships with other people to parent somebody outside. Lalo na yung fear ko ngayon na pag nag-boyfriend to, baka pag nagka-heartbreak to, mahirapan siya, wala ako doon. And I cannot be there for her fully because I have other children here. So yun yung wini-weigh ko palagi. Pag magulang ka ng maraming bata, hindi mo alam saan mo ilalagay yung sarili mo, kung sinong mas may pinakakailangan sa'yo. So inuunahan ko na. But she did say na, no, Mama, it's okay. You don't have to worry about anything. I know exactly what's happening. And I said, okay, I trust you, whatever you feel. And then here comes her second year in Australia. I get a message from the boyfriend now, Carlos. And Carlos like, Tita, can I call you po? Oh, I think this is it. Nasa Cebu ako sa...
So kilala mo.
Yeah, kasi when I visited, I told... Kasi si Cal lang ang babae doon sa batch nila. Piloto, co-pilot student niya rin to. Sabi ko kay Boyet, I'm already telling you that Carlos boy could be the one for Cal because they're absolutely the same. You just know it. Na pag may
Two peas in a pod.
Yeah. And she's very picky and I said, siya yun. So nang nag-text sa akin, sabi ko, ay, okay, eto na. Ready ka na ba? Sabi ko, sure, Carlos. So video call to and he's a bit fidgety. So cute. Tita, I have something to tell you po. Oh, sure, yeah. Sabi niya, I asked Callie to be my girlfriend. Siya, ano na yun, kumbaga nandun na sa stage na yun. Sabi ko, and what did you say? She said yes po. Tapos parang nahiya siya. And I said, okay, then what are we talking about? Because
what is this about?
This is not my relationship, this is your relationship. So I'm only here to say thank you for the courtesy, but I also have to remind you, I'm not the only parent. You have to call the other parent, which I cannot assure you of his reaction because he's the dad. Kanya, oh no, I only called you first po because you were the first one to answer. I'm thinking, I'm sure nakita na ni Boyd yung message na hindi lang niya sinagot. Pero hindi, sinagot niya. And then I told him lang that, Carlos, these are the things I have to discuss with you because you're the first relationship of my daughter and I will not be a good mom if I will not say these things. So I had to run down.
So
tinakot ko. Hindi, grabe kuya. Hindi ko tinakot. Sinabi ko lang na, Carlos, it's different for us because I'm not there. So trust is very important to me and we value that very well in our family.
Ito, ikaw na next.
Ito naman.
Paano pag dumating si Muy, tapos sabi, ma, may girlfriend na ako?
No, nagkaroon ng si 3rd ng girlfriend. When he was like 15, he was turning 16.
Okay.
At first kasi, parang I was always telling him na, babe, you do not court someone you don't intend to marry. Do you remember that,
Ang
Papa?
hirap naman nun.
Nakakatakot naman yun.
Grabe, yung mga kabata pa eh.
I would always tell him na, babe, love is not a game. Na, you know, that people play. Hindi ito parang collect and then select and then, sige, try na to. Nagkamali, so try na naman sa isa, diba? So, you're investing time and effort, emotions, and most of these things, hindi naman na yan naibabalik once na naibigay mo na. So, at first, nung yun yung lagi ko sinasabi sa kanya, parang napansin ko, hindi siya ganun ka-open sa akin. Because I feel, well, looking back na, siguro nafe-feel niya na, baka ma-judge ko siya or mapagalitan ko siya kasi hindi ako nagle-live by dun sa rules na sineset ni mommy for me. So, nung nagbago na ako ng tema, na parang mas ine-encourage ko yung openness, yung communication, and then that I would always assure him that I will support him, ganyan. Parang ayan na, unti-unti na siya nag-open up sa akin. Until finally, ayan na nga, nakilala ko na yung girlfriend niya nung time na yon. So, ang naging style ko naman is to show my son na, okay, syempre I'd say na, may selos konti.
Ako yun! At saka yung placement, masabi ko lang na may selos ng konti.
Kasi syempre, only boy ko yun eh. As in, nag-iisa
Baby
lang
boy
talaga. At saka kahit anong mangyari, baby ko siya. Parang, okay, eto na to. Parang, yung pagkakaroon ng girlfriend, parang nare-remind ako na, okay, eto na. Nag-iiba na yung season sa buhay ng anak ko. So, ang ginawa ko, I told him, nasabi ko, babe, can you ask your girlfriend to tell her family to come to the house? So, yun yung ginawa ko. Kasi akin yung lalaki, Papa. Bakit ba? Sa akin yung lalaki. So, pumunta sila. Na-meet ko yung mom and dad, pati yung sister, ganyan. So, after nung meeting naman na yun, ayun, parang I just realized na parang it's so important for us to make our children feel that they are, supported.
Yeah.
I know this may be parang counterintuitive kasi 'di ba, yung iba ang mag-reaction, ano ba 'yan? Ang bata-bata mo pa. Yung parang imbes na pakinggan mo muna, maging open ka din bilang magulang. Parang ang nafe-feel nila is, okay, hindi na lang ako mag-open up kasi nagkakaroon ng fear eh. Magagalit si mama.
Or madidisappoint.
Madidisappoint. Yun yung ayaw na ayaw ng mga kids natin, di ba? Na parang ang feeling nila, madidisappoint nila tayo. So, I think, if there are things na parang, kunyari, I can't tell him na, alam mo ba, nagsaselos. Di ba? Parang napaka-discouraging nun. So, parang,
Pero ngayon alam na niya.
Mapapanood yun.
babe, I hope na hindi
Paano magselos ang mommy na Jodi? Kasi I'm sure may manifestation yun kahit konti. Wala. Meron.
Ito na yun, yung, hi.
pag best actress, di ba, yung tinitignan mo pa lang, si Amor Powers to. Sabi siguro, I hope hindi ka nag-raffles, ha?
Ay, hindi.
Wala
hindi
siyang
naman.
ganyan. Napaka-underacting nito sa totoong buhay.
So, walang malaking, walang
Movement,
walang
walang-
OA school of
Mata-mata acting lang.
Walang
Paano yung mata-mata acting? Hi.
Ay, kasi shift lang.
Sinabi ni Jodi, tama yun. Hindi ka dapat mag-impose sa mga anak mo. Hindi rin dapat masyado nag-expect masyado. And syempre pagdating dun sa age na yan, medyo mapupusok na teens.
Alam naman natin yan. Dumaan
Oo,
naman
natin.
tayong
Napahinga
lahat, di ba?
ka? Di ba napahinga ka doon?
Wala ko,
Nakita
diba?
ko, inamula ka bigla doon sa mapupusok. Huwag mo siya takutin. Takot siya.
Mahirap pigilan eh. So, kailangan talaga explain mo na bata pa sila, kakapasok mo pa lang dito sa stage na to. As much as possible, mas maganda kung may enjoy mo siya, huwag ka masyado magsiseryoso. Kasi lalaki yung anak ko eh. And advice ko lang sa kanya, sinasabi ko palagi, makipagkaibigan ka sa marami, huwag kang mamili ng isa lang dahil bata ka pa, and kumbaga nasa sa'yo lahat ng time, hindi mo kailangan magmadali. Kailangan piliin mo yung isang tao na hindi magpapastress sa'yo, and tutulungan ka mag-grow sa lahat ng aspects. So, yun, saka mag-iingat palagi. Sabi ko sa kanya na ayoko pa maging lolo. Kaya, ingat, maging responsible.
Papainom ako ng tubig dito sa
Ako din.
At, yes.
Alam ko na wala akong from my, body. But I have a 20-year-old baby brother who's like ours also. And ganyan na ganyan. It's like, di ba, yung takot silang masaktan, and then, wala naman akong selos. Siguro dahil nga hindi ko naman niluwal sa mundong ito. Pero ganun yung paggabay talaga. But I don't know, Ben and I are super chill. I guess because we're technically like brother, sister to him. But we also are kind of like mother, father to him. And ganyan na ganyan, yung mga shinare ninyo. Lalo na lalaki kasi to eh. So, pero communication lines open lagi. Yung mga pinagdaanan natin, I always just say na parang, I think it's just a reminder that no matter what happens, kasi you said they don't want to disappoint us.
That's right.
Like no matter what happens, there is nothing that they can do that we will never even try to understand.
Or love them
less for, diba?
So, ito naman, very, very curious ako with Jodes and Dennis because you guys both have former partners, no? How do you co-parent? Kasi I'm sure a lot of parents now go through this. And mahirap na nga to have like the usual common setup, diba, na magkasama kayo sa bahay. Lalo na siguro kung hindi kayo magkasama and you will have to split the time, no? Between the mom and the dad for your children. What tips, like practical tips that you can, give to the parents who have to go through co-parenting?
Okay. Kasi sa akin, si Moy was 5 years old when Pampy and I separated. And from 5 till siguro he was mga 9 years old, very hostile yung relationship namin sa isa't isa. Parang there were cases being filed left and right, yung annulment, this and that. So, it was very toxic for 30. He was in his formative years, and then all these things na i-experience niya na hindi naman niya unang-una ginusto, and pangalawa, hindi naman niya deserve. So, nung time na yon, I was thinking na parang my son does not deserve this. But then, alam mo yung lagi akong napapangunahan nung feeling na, hindi bakit ako yung lalapit? Bakit ako yung mag-reach out? Bakit yung wala sa puso ko yung puwang na magpatawad kasi I had 10,000 reasons. Diba? Why I should not forgive this person or why I should not have a relationship with this person. Not a romantic one, ha? But then each and every time I would see my son na parang being hurt with what's happening. And ang iniisip ko is, how is this going to affect him in the future? Parang doon ako nabuhusan din talaga ng malamig na tubig. So, to cut the long story short, I reached out to my ex-husband and then we had a talk. And then during that time, I saw my son's eyes light up na parang, finally okay na sila. And for me, I was not able to give my son a complete family. Hindi ko na ipagkakait sa kanya yung mamuhay ng may kapayapaan sa paligid niya. Bilang magulang, parang andito ka para pumrotekte. Isa yan sa mga, kumbaga, trabaho natin or obligasyon natin para sa kanila. But then, kung tayo mismo yung maglalagay sa kanila sa isang posisyon na alanganin, hindi yun fair para sa kanila. And then, if something happens to them in the future, sinong sisisihin? Ikaw kasi, ganito kang bata ka, sila pa rin ang may kasalanan. Parang hindi talaga tama. So, thank God, naging maayos yung relationship. And simula nun, from 2014 till this day, we share a beautiful co-parenting relationship.
Yeah.
Me, Pampy, and Eileen. And I guess for parents na struggling to, have a healthy co-parenting relationship with other parents, siguro I'd say na it's not going to be easy. Hindi talaga siya magiging madali. But I really do hope na each and every time, lagi nilang piliin yung mga anak nila. Na you are doing this not for yourself, but for this other human being na inuluwal mo at pinili mo na dalhin dito sa mundong to. Diba? So, yun. And like I said, it's not going to be easy, but it is doable. It is possible as long as you begin or start from a place of forgiveness. Forgive yourself, forgive the other person, diba? And then start from there. And then everything will just flow.
Hindi madali, pero alam mo yun, yung try ko na maging maayos yung communication ng lahat ng relasyon dun sa mom ng aking firstborn. And kasi mahirap magpalaki ng anak kapag wala kayo dun sa same wavelength. Pareho kayo ng goals. Kung meron kayong same na goal na palakin yung anak niyo na hindi siya masyado maapektuhan, parang yun talaga yung dapat. Pero napakahirap talaga yung gawin. Pero maswerte ako ngayon na nandito ako sa sitwasyon na maayos yung relasyon ko dun sa ex ko, and kahit na maghiwalay kami, maayos namin napapalaki yung amin.
And can I just add one more thing? Siguro yung syempre 'di ba, magkahiwalay na kayo ng bahay, ganyan. Siguro importante na lagi nating tatandaan as parents, to magkahiwalay na kayo ng house, kailangan laging merong constant sa buhay ng bata. Kasi kung lumilipat-lipat man siya, 'di ba, o bibisita siya, siguro it's so important for you guys to talk about kung ano sana yung rules sa isang bahay. Yung kumbaga may sa atin, 'di ba? May consistency, may continuity, aligned.
Hindi kontrapelo.
Oo, hindi kontrapelo.
Confusing.
Kasi confusing 'yon para sa bata. Ang next na katanungan.
Medyo bababa muna tayo. Kasi napalalim tayo eh. Ang pula-pula na muna.
Medyo naging heavy tayo diba?
But kasi it's a beautiful discussion. And I'm sure so many of the people that are watching this now will learn a lot from it.
This question will now go to Ian and Iza. Ayan. No, kasi diba syempre marami na rin kayong mga parent roles. Tama ba? How many have you done?
I've done a lot.
Diba?
Mga 125.
Black and white pa nga, parent na ako.
Yung sa movie na,
Hindi naman ganun katagal.
Ano yung moving, alam mo?
Anak na di ako.
Bubuhay ng bangkay.
Wala nga ako dun.
So you've done a lot, diba? How about you, my love?
A lot. I've done a lot. Since mid-20s pa lang ako, binibigyan na ako ng mother roles.
Dun sa mga characters na na-play ninyo, meron bang, well, well, kasi my love, ngayon lang halos dumating si Dea. But then, meron ka bang na-play na role or kayo na similar dun sa parenting style or character nung mommy or daddy role na ginampanan ninyo?
I can't remember. I mean, if I'm being honest, sa dami, di ba? Ayoko naman sabihin na si Grace Silverio nung
Sa
sa atin
Love to
sa Love to Last.
Pero ako yun, that's
Ikaw.
very similar to that character that I played there as Anton Noble. That's parang the closest to me as a person. Parang minsan hindi ko na alam kung maarte pa ako. Yun na yun.
Ikaw na yun.
Yeah, o ako na yun. You know, the mannerisms, parang it's so close. Pero I just wanna add, hindi ko alam kung napansin niyo to, pero as actors, I remember we were taping Pangako Sa'yo. Tayo yung magkasama noon. Tapings nun tuloy-tuloy. So in character, it's diba, sometimes you don't get in and out of character na. You just stay that way kasi nga sunod-sunod naman tapings. And then I had a dream. I woke up. It's like DJ, my son. Something happened. I was crying. I woke up. And then I realized it wasn't even my dream. It was the dream of my character.
Oh my God.
So parang a part of myself, a part of the mind cannot distinguish the difference between fantasy and reality. So have you ever experienced that?
No, just waking up na feeling ko ako pa rin yung character. Yes, that's happened to me. But the dream.
So,
to be honest, a lot of the roles that I play na mama ko, parang napaka-serious. Sa totoo lang kasi hindi ako ganun ka-serious. Sa totoo.
You're so fun.
In real life.
Super fun. Thank you.
Sobrang
If you get to know me, mas fun pa.
Diba?
So, parang hindi ako masyado makarelate dun sa sobrang drama. Although I have a lot of drama moments at home. Sorry, Ben. I love you.
Poor guy.
Grabe naman! But yes, thank you. I love you for your patience. But definitely, most of the roles that I've played na yung you will do anything for your child, which of course is very how we write mga mother roles. Universal, diba? Yun, gets ko na ngayon. Yung gagawin ko ang lahat para sa anak ko. Humanda ko. So, ganon. Yun, nakarelate na ako ngayon. Gets ko na talaga palang no?
Nakapanggigil pala talaga.
Oo, pagka may anak ka, iba.
All been in the industry for more than 20 years. How do you protect your kids from things like social media?
Siguro, matuturo ko lang sa anak ko pagdating sa social media, maging respectful. Isipin mo muna kung magko-comment ka ng hindi maganda, kaya mo bang sabihin to sa harap mismo ng tao na yun? Kung hindi naman, itago mo na lang. And syempre, kailangan din mas maging responsible sa lahat ng mga pinapost dahil yun yung time na pwede kang masabihan ng hindi maganda kung hindi maganda rin yung pinost mo. So, maging responsible at maging respectful.
Oo, lalo na yung mga may sasabihin pero hindi kaya mag-take responsibility for what they're saying. So, anonymous.
Or yung itlog lang.
Yung profile pic.
Yung itlog lang, yung profile pic.
Hindi, meron talaga.
Oy, bakit na no?
Alam mo, nami-misconstrue ka dito sa interview na to.
Oy, ang meaning na sa akin
Itlog lang kasi
Totoo,
yun.
itlog
Totoo
lang.
yun. Ba't ba kasi?
Anong itlog lang? Comment niya, itlog lang. Oh, yung profile section.
Pag-usapan natin, yung nagko-comment na hindi nagtatake responsibility. O kaya yung itlog lang.
Ay, hindi kasi yung pinaka-profile photo, pag di ka pumili, itlog lang.
Okay.
Ano naman nasabihin ng itlog? Wala, di ba?
Hindi, kung hindi mo kayang sabihin na duduwag ka in
Na
person,
hindi mo kaya gamitin
itlog yung gagamitin
Oo,
mo.
kumbaga meron kang
Pwede na natin maging code yun. Na if you're...
So, kung itlog ka, wala kang halagang opinion mo.
Oo, normally naman ganun.
Oh, yun na nga.
Actually, tatago ka sa itlog. Unless na kaya mong sabihin yun sa harap nung tao. Nagamit tunay mong profile, account mo talaga. Kahit may blue check pa yan.
Take responsibility.
I always tell Callie, kasi si Callie yung teenager. Pero alam mo, I'll tell you, sa school din ni Alonso, usong-uso, di ba? I always tell Kuya, one of your superpowers ay magaling ka to communicate yourself. He's super good at this. So this is like one of the strengths of my second born. But I tell him na just because you feel you can say and you have the courage to say something doesn't mean you have to say it. Okay? So just because you have that platform or the network or your friends or your family or power to say something, akin nga, the bigger the power you have, the bigger the platform, the more mindful you have to be.
The greater the
Kasi
responsibility.
the words, when you already bring them out, you can't get them back. And no matter how you ask for forgiveness, it is already out there. At once nakapanakit ka na, ang hirap na nun bawiin.
Syempre, Dea is super young. Obviously, she's not reading comments or meron yan. I think lang what I would like to do is to make sure that she has a strong core. So that means to me that I make her feel as whole as possible at home.
Yeah.
Because pag matibay ka, yung sentro mo, kahit anong sabihin ng ibang tao, hindi ka mayayanig, hindi ka shaken. You know, like, because that's what I realized about my own insecurities. My insecurities were not just because I was big and I was teased about, my insecurities about my weight were not exactly because of the way I looked. It was really because of the way I felt about myself, the insecurities at home, So I really would yung prayer ko talaga is, may I provide her with a home that makes her feel as whole as possible. I know that I cannot make it a perfect circle. Kumbaga, banda yun, di ba? Tinignan kita parang, uy, pinapakinggan natin yan. Anyway, but I cannot make that diba, that perfect circle wholeness for her. That is up for her and for God to do, diba? But I would like to put in as much love there so that she loves herself enough and she knows that she is loved enough na kahit anong sabihin ng ibang mga tao, I know my worth. I know my value.
Can you share lang na on the perspective naman, because it's a beautiful, on the perspective for the kids. But I know a lot of parents who suffer really bad insecurities with parenting because of the bashing. Like they would call you out and say, bakit ganyan mo ginawa? Ito yung dapat. Bakit ganito yung ginamit mo? Ito yung mas okay. When in fact, we do what we do best as parents because we live with them at home. So I remember one thing that Boyet used to tell me whenever because I'm married young and I was a parent very young, and you can imagine the kind of judgment I had to face. And you know what? I respected because at the end of the day, they were right and they helped me through it. I felt I became better because of those. But at the end of the day, if we can avoid parent shaming online, best talaga to avoid it kasi we're already shaming. It's so hard already, to become a parent, to be judged by another parent. It's so sad and painful. And laging sinasabi ni Boyet sa akin na whenever you feel like you're doubting yourself as a mom, I want you to get Cal, get Alonzo, get Ilio, look at them and see how they're looking at you, and you will remember exactly who you are. Exactly. And so whenever I feel very sad, kasi hindi ka pwedeng hindi maapektuhan, maapektuhan ka. So when I look at Cal and she looks at me like a freaking superhero, I'm like, that's right, girl, I'm Wonder Woman. Parang yun yung nafe-feel ko. So pag nalulungkot ako or dinadoubt ko yung sarili ko dahil feeling ko sinajudge ako as a mom, I look at my children's eyes and then I remember. That's Boyet's to me, always. He would always say.
So, for me, kasi yun yung, I have a 25, 22, and 17, and they're very exposed to social media. And they see how kung gaano ka wala akong pakialam sa... Ay,
Yeah.
importante sa akin yung opinion ng asawa ko.
Mm-mm.
Importante sa akin yung opinion ng mga anak ko.
Mm-mm.
Everything else, honestly, is just bololoy.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, it's like,
Yeah.
if you have good words for me,
Ingay.
thank you. I don't take it personally.
Mm,
If you have nasty words for me, it's like, sure.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't really mean anything.
Mm-mm.
So they see that. And so to them, it's not, parang, nga naman, why would we take
Mm-mm.
seriously some random
Persons.
account man lang? Hindi mo man lang alam
Opinion.
kung
Itlog.
Oo, diba? So ganun, medyo dead mas sila sa ganun, I think. Because, by example. That's how I want to do it.
Me naman, with 30, parang, ang like ko sinasabi sa kanya na always remember na ang social media platforms, tools lang sila. Kumbaga, wala talaga silang quote-unquote power. Wala silang
Unless you give it.
purpose.
Yeah.
Ikaw ang nagbibigay sa kanya ng purpose. Diba? Ikaw ang nagbibigay sa kanya ng power. Para saan? Gamitin para saan? Mag-spread ka ng negativity, join the bandwagon, and mambash ka ng magbash dyan, or makicomment ka kahit na hindi mo naman talaga naiintindihan yung issue. Or gamitin mo para sa tama, di ba? Pwede kang mag-encourage, mag-inspire ng mga tao. Di ba? So, yun yung like ko sinasabi sa kanya. And I also think na parang as parents, how can we really protect our children from, let's say, gossip or bashing, ganyan. Na sometimes naman, hindi naman natin sila kasama 24/7. So, I think the best way to protect them is to teach them to protect themselves.
I'm the newest mom here, and hearing all your answers today, really, I'm learning from everybody. So, it's nice to be with all of you today. I mean, we've done a
so
show.
much from you too.
Thank you.
It's nice. It's nice to hear co-parents talk about it this way in such a fun way.
Diba?
Yeah.
Dennis, ang ganda nitong show mo.
Pagpatuloy mo.
Ituloy-tuloy mo to. Oo.
Salamat sa pag-guest. And for more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the Modern Parenting channel.
And hit the notification bell to be notified for new video releases.